As a senior strategist of Chainalysis, how do you see the role of blockchain intelligence in managing risk for organizations operating in cryptocurrency and DeFi space?
Okay, thank you first for that invitation. First of all, it's very important. It's very important to understand the asset itself, regardless if it will be from a centralized exchange, decentralized exchange, or a DeFi protocol. Simply because we don't want to be involved from an asset that is coming from illicit activity, from a scam or a terrorist group. And simply if that happens, then it's very high risky for our investor and our branding, to the extent that a regulator can put fine for us, or simply we will lose the trust with our own investors.
What are the biggest challenges in managing risk in the fast-moving and rapidly evolving DeFi landscape, and how does Chainalysis help organizations overcome these challenges?
That's a very good question, because the ecosystem is constantly evolving and there are new technology each and every day. And by saying that, it's still a new technology, and there are different entities taking advantage in a very bad way from this. And I'm talking about criminals themselves, by simply trying to hack and attack exchanges and DeFi protocols. From our side, what we can do is two parts. First of all, to be kind of proactive, to understand who we are working with, where this asset coming from, where is it leaving. And at the same time, so because we don't want to be involved in money laundering, you can find asset coming to you and someone want to invest crypto or send you even a bank transfer. Everything is clean, but he's sending it to a terrorist group. So those cases can happen. When we're talking about a DeFi, they can take also advantage of DeFi, because it's simply, I can send DeFi without lots of DeFi protocol. They don't have the right solution for that, and they take advantage of that. So from Chainalysis part, we can protect proactively to understand where this asset going and where is it leaving. The other part is we have a service called instant response, which is in case of it happen, scam, in case it happen a hack for the wallet and someone stole it, we still can trace it back, and we can flag that asset. And we can communicate with different law enforcement to get that asset back. Crypto is much more transparent. It can be traced with the right tool, of course, and it's much more retrievable than fiat.
How does Chainalysis KIT help organizations stay compliant with the cryptocurrency regulation, and what sets it apart from other compliance solutions in the market?
Okay, for the KYT, which is Know Your Transaction, actually we registered that name for us. So Know Your Transaction is a product for Chainalysis, and the whole idea behind it, it is required, before even crypto, that we understand the financial institutes and the government understand the source of funds. Where are you getting your money from? So, and that's why even in crypto it needs to be implemented. So give you a very simple example. If you went to the bank in Istanbul, in Romania, in the UK, in Dubai, the bank will ask you, what are you going to do with that money? You want to withdraw 1 million. What you going to do with that money? Okay, I'm going to buy a car. Okay, sign here. You took the money and you left, everything is okay. But if you took that amount and you left the country, the custom might stop you, even though that the bank allowed you. In crypto, there is no customs. You can transfer the money anywhere in the world. And that's why it's crucial, and you have that kind of responsibility, that if you have been transferring or interacting with any illicit person or an entity, you will be part of this money laundering process. And there is a kind of fines that you can get. Some cases can get even to a jail time. We see that with a mixer called Tornado Cash. And that's what exactly KYT does. KYT offer you the data coming from our work directly with different governments to give you that kind of understanding. No, don't receive that asset or don't send it to that A or B person, because that will be involved in illicit activity. And by doing that, you're protecting yourself, you're protecting the ecosystem, your investors themselves from having those kind of, let's say, actors. And at the same time, you are helping the whole ecosystem, because each and every case that happen that have a very bad, let's say, situation, it will hurt the whole ecosystem, and it will not build trust between a bank or a legit investors to come and he put money with you.
Can you give us an example of Chainalysis reactor has been used to investigate criminal activity in the cryptocurrency space, and how it helped organizations mitigate the risk?
Okay, that's a very good question. Again, that's a very good question. So I recommend that you read the book. So there is a book called Traces in the Dark, and they have lots of chapters using Chainalysis because it was showing how law enforcement in different countries, they use Reactor to trace it. But to make it very simple, what is Reactor? Reactor gives you a map of the transaction. Where is it coming? Where is it leaving? And which kind of entity it was. So those to help to help you get to that kind of insight and put color to the story. So one of the cases that we had, which was major case last year, was shutting down Hydra darknet market. It was a key, and it's in the news. If you just Chainalysis Hydra darknet market, we work with the German police and different law enforcement around the world to trace Hydra because it was involved in many illicit activity in drugs, child abuse material, fake passport, fake IDs, and we were able to shut it down with the German police, trace the asset, flag the asset so when it's moved, we know exactly where it has been moved, because the criminal can take away those assets and they just go anywhere. And they can come to you telling you, we have Bitcoins, why don't you buy it from us? But suddenly you buy it from them and go to Binance and it's simply quarantine. You don't proceed with the transaction. So you lost your money. So one of the major cases that was big for us was Hydra darknet market and the German police.
With the recent surge in popularity of NFTs, how does Chainalysis provide intelligence and risk management tools to help organizations better understand the risk associated with NFT transfers, and what steps can organizations take to mitigate this risk?
NFT, since I think 2-3 years now, it's picked up big time. And we can see also lots of companies started issuing their own NFT. Some airlines start issuing NFT, Nike, for example. So you've got even companies that they were so much away into crypto, they start doing NFT. And we see it's growing and growing because it's not only just for a simple photo, it can include more and more than that. I don't know if you heard or not, the couples who were married and they made it the contract NFT. So there are different use cases, and what we see now, an NFT is just 1% of the potential and how it can be implemented in the future. From our side, we also try to give that kind of insight for the companies, for the exchanges, for the investors. So we develop a product called Storyline to give you that kind of story about your NFT. Where is it coming from? And even before investing in the NFT itself, you need to know, is it legit? I mean, it's not a reg pool because in NFT there is a many reg pools, meaning that it's a bunch of 5-6 friends and they're showing that the price is going up and up. You go and buy it and suddenly the project falls down. So you need to get that kind of insight before even investing. And in case it hacked, you need to follow it. You need to show the law enforcement that yes, my NFT, it went here. And that asset that it was bought with, it went there. We got those stories. And I recommend it to all exchanges that they're working with NFT because they need to protect their customers from those. Because as long as there is an NFT or any kind of crypto that have value, you will find criminals running after it and trying to take it away from you.
Mohamed, thank you so much for your interview at CryptoKTV.
My pleasure, thank you.